John Lechago's Bioslime, or Alien Contagion, I think is what it's also known as. Why does it have multiple titles? I have absolutely no idea. And for good reason. It was a smaller movie that came out in like 2009, and it was clearly trying to ride the coattails of... That hurt. That hurt way more than it should have. It was clearly trying to ride the coattails of fucking something, I don't know, because it's called Alien Contagion, which sounds suspiciously like the title of another franchise that also features an alien that is fucking weird. But the difference with this movie and that other franchise that I'm sure none of you know about, the other one's actually good. This one is not. But, like, it's also not that bad. Like, I expected this one to be a lot worse. Now, this movie's kind of weird for me, because I used to watch a video, I remember watching it several times, about this movie, probably, like, what, 8 years ago? 9 years ago? Something like that. It was a while ago. And even back then, I remember looking at it thinking, like, this is weird. Like, this is an odd movie. But I was never really able to watch it. I remember wanting to somewhat watch it as a kid. Granted, I have no idea why the hell I was like 12 and watching shit like this, because this is basically a softcore porn. But I remember certain specific scenes and aspects of this movie, and I always wondered, I'm like, how could I watch this? For a while, it took me to remember the title, but one day, I just kind of remembered it. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, that's the title. Don't know why, it just came in my head. And I ended up just finding a rip of it on YouTube. Now, granted, I won't be able to show a lot of the movie footage again, because completely against YouTube's TOS, and I don't feel like getting another strike. Fun fact, I actually got a strike for nudity in one of my videos, when there was no nudity. So that was really fun. I don't feel like getting my channel deleted or getting another strike for something, so I won't be able to show a lot of movie footage, and either way, quality of the movie is shit.
Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
The free rip on YouTube that I watched is in like 360p, and even the video I watched like 8 years ago, I think the movie was pretty low quality, so I don't think this movie ever had like a 1080p version or anything. So no matter what you're gonna be looking at, it's gonna look like shit. But surprisingly, there's some genuinely good aspects of it. And I'm not talking like good for a bad movie. I mean, excuse me, I mean just like genuinely good aspects. In which case, we might as well get into the movie now. I want to get the one solitary, genuine positive out of the way. The practical effects in this movie are genuinely good. This movie has no right having as good of practical effects as it does. Whoever did the practical effects for this movie, dude, congratulations, because you genuinely did a good job. You made something that could have so easily just been shit, just been pure trash. You could have just used a bunch of god-awful shit CGI that all these like monster movies, low-budget movies in the 2010s and 2000s used. This could have easily been another god-awful looking weird monster alien movie. But it's not. This CGI, I'm sorry, not the CGI, the practical effects are really well done. Even if this wasn't a low-budget movie, let's say this movie had a couple $1 million as a budget, I'd still be impressed. They're genuinely good. So congratulations to that guy. But moving on from that, the story for this movie is weird. It's a softcore porn. Like, quite literally. Porn is integrated into the plot. Multiple of the characters are porn stars. Some of the characters are at the hotel to film a porno.
How does that work?
And I'm not talking like, oh, they're just gonna film a porno. No, like, we get to see it, believe me. It is like a YouTube Shorts edit of people getting railed, intercut with a woman taking a shower while being violent. But beyond that, the main character is friends with like a ton of these porn stars. Eventually the slime, starts to overtake people, and it kind of eventually makes it so the characters are all trapped in one room. But, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, you watch the movie, and it tries to have a genuine story and genuine characters, and it attempts to have an actual character arc by the end of it. And I will say, the main character, there was potential there. I think what they did with him could have been really good. I just don't think the actor did a very good job. But I'll talk about that later. But going back to what I was saying before, it tries to be a genuine movie. Actual story, good practical effects, stakes, plot, story progression, character arcs, tries to have character development, but it's so odd because many scenes in this movie feel like they're only there to essentially be a fetish film. So odd. It's like a really high quality production porn, but it also is a movie. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it was made to be a movie, but certain scenes were made to be a porno. It's just such a weird disconnect, because the scenes just like stand out so much, because they don't really have a whole lot to do with each other. I guess I could get into the alien like slime creature. The movie... Pretty much every character in this movie is either a drug addict, a porn star, or just kind of a piece of shit. The main character actually has like kind of an interesting characteristic to him. He's a raging alcoholic who is like a complete fuck up in life. His landlord comes in and he's just like, you're like 50 years late on your rent, give me the fucking house. And then he essentially kicks him out, just like, you have 2 or 3 days to get all your stuff and leave. So at this moment, the character's like, I'm a screw up, like I'm done with this shit, I'm not an alcoholic anymore. So he breaks all of his alcohol bottles, I'm going sober.
No, you ain't.
I have to give the movie credit for this. Throughout the whole movie, I was thinking, he's an alcoholic. If your body is physically addicted to something, and it feels that it needs it, you can't just quit cold turkey and just blue ball it. There's serious side effects to that, and I think potentially it could be lethal. So I'm thinking the whole movie, I'm like, this guy's just gonna cold turkey it without any alcohol throughout this whole movie? That could potentially be dangerous. There's side effects to that. And they actually do bring that up. They literally bring it up. It's just like, yeah, maybe this isn't the time to quit being an alcoholic because you could potentially die from this. And I'm like, thank you! A movie that actually thinks of this stuff. Because it's so annoying when movies have this kind of stuff and then they just don't ever bring it up. Like, there's just no consequences to it. So it's almost like it doesn't even need to be there in the first place. But this movie actually brings that up, and I really appreciated that. Writers. But these characters, after the slime overtakes the whole building, get trapped in this room. And that's essentially the whole movie. Just them kind of trapped in the room, trying to figure out what to do, how to get out, blah, blah, blah. But I will say, it's not as bad as you'd think.
Oh, these are pretty cool bananas.
By the sounds of it, I'm sure you're thinking low budget, like shitty horror movie that's like a weird fetish film. All the characters are trapped in a single room the whole time.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
Like, there isn't a dull moment in this movie, which I think is why I was entertained throughout the whole movie. It doesn't just, like, stop.
Hammer time!
Something is always going on, and I really like that. I think that is the key to making a movie fun. Have it go at a constant pace, always have something happening. Don't just have the characters be sitting there staring at a wall being like, oh, what do we do now? That's exactly how you make a movie boring. And this movie easily could have been boring, but it wasn't. I was genuinely surprised. They do make some stupid decisions, obviously, but there's some parts where I'm like, wow, that's actually not a bad idea. A horror movie where the characters aren't the dumbest fucking people on the planet.
That's impossible!
The bar is so unbelievably low, but they actually managed to succeed in that. It's sad that the bar is that low, but they actually managed to succeed. The entirety of the outside of the room is totally overtaken by the slime, so they can't really go out of the room. And the briefcase they need to kind of help contain the slime, because they need to put it back inside, or destroy it somehow, is in the next room. So instead of actually opening the door and running out and just hoping that the slime doesn't get them, they destroy the wall in between the two rooms, quickly run in, and then get out. Dude, that's not a bad idea. That's like actually kind of smart. And back to the characters, I mean, none of them are really great. I wouldn't exactly say I hated any of them. Some of the actors do a decent job, and I do think they try to develop some of the characters. They're not particularly bad, they're just not good. They're fine. They do the job well enough. There's some dumb parts to it, obviously. For a lower budget movie that, for all intents and purposes, is definitely not a great movie, the characters here actually weren't terrible. So I have to give all the actors credit and the director and everyone. You made what could have been a terrible fucking movie, genuinely miserable, actually being an entertaining time. Now again, I'm talking all this positivity. There are definitely some negatives to this movie. There's a twist ending. It is the dumbest shit in the world. First off, how this slime is able to survive the way that it does in the movie is so stupid. The twist ending is really cool on first watch, but if you think about it for like 3 seconds, you realize, wait a minute, it doesn't make any fucking sense. One of the characters gets possessed by the slime fairly early on in the movie and, like, killed. And there's a whole story about how, like, it doesn't kill them, it just integrates them into the hive mind and they all become one. But they get, like, fucking eaten and melted and shit. They die. Once this character gets, like, possessed and it's revealed that she's possessed, they chop her in half and shit, fight against her, blah, 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 and then put her body in a trash bag, put it in a garbage can. Okay. makes sense. But the way they defeat the slime is by having, essentially, blowing the building up. Like, they just, like, blow it up. Boom. Like, the whole shit just fire. How did this trash can and trash bag survive? The person inside, quote-unquote person,
Oh, he's a pretty cool banana.
and inside it survived. And apparently she still thinks she's a person, because she's like, oh, what happened to me? Where am I? And the guy from the beginning, the cop dude that was possessed by the slime, he's there. He talks to her, and he's like, maybe this will remind you. And then they, like, conjoin hands together, and she's like, oh, okay.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
But the slime is a hive mind. How do you not know he's not a person? Like, why are you confused as to what's happening? It's a hive mind. Everything that everyone knows, you know. So how the fuck is this slime acting, sounding like a human, thinks they're a human, but still has no fucking clue what's going on with the slime the whole movie? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And that just kind of soured the whole movie, because I was like, this is the dumbest sequel bait ever. And they didn't make a sequel. So it's completely pointless. And it's been like 18 years, so I doubt they'll make one. And the other big negative of the movie is that the camera quality is really bad. I'm used to seeing bad camera quality, but this one's pretty bad. A lot of the image quality in this movie is pretty atrocious, and it did make seeing shit kind of hard sometimes. And it really did make it feel like a mid-2000s porno more than it already did. Again, like I said, I don't think this is a terrible movie, but it's not good either. Is it better than Veronica? Oh, fuck yes. I'd watch this movie 20 times before I'd watch Veronica again. But in terms of a low-budget movie, it's certainly not good. It's not awful, but it's pretty bad. A rating out of 10, maybe like a 4.